she spiced up our lives, but this Sunday things are about to get actually scary for Mel B.
And spicier, if we're honest with you. Now, Mel is going up against some really tough competition as she enters the tent for the great Celebrity Bake Off for Stand Up to Cancer. Let's take a look.
I thought I was meant to dough it up and then
bread.
cut it.
Biscuits, isn't it?
You've got to scoop that out, shape it into a ball, cling film it and pop it in the fridge.
Oh, you see, you make it sound so easy.
Good luck. Thanks, Mel.
I've never seen you, like, out of your comfort zone.
Completely out of my comfort zone, but that's the reason why I'm doing it.
Just know who you are, Mel. I'm the M to the ELB. You know me. Yes! Yes, Mel!
Nothing's happening with this.
You can't handle the proof.
Have you taken yours out yet?
Yeah, mine just came out. I just think you've got to go for it sometime, haven't you?
Yeah, but you don't want to do that too soon.
And Mel B herself joins us now.
That was literally what it was like for 2 days, her just going, you don't want to be doing that. What are you doing now?
You know why? Because I'm not a baker, clearly.
You know.
So the whole point of me doing it was for the Stand Up to Cancer, but then when I got there, then it dawned on me, actually, you have to be able to cook something or bake something.
Well, the thing is...
Whereas you, teacher's pet, you were already there, and I'm sure you're a sous chef or you've worked in a restaurant before.
No, he weren't that good.
No, he was.
Well, I have worked in
No, he was. See? And then he's pretending, oh, this is the first time I've done this.
Tell you what, though, it is stressful, isn't it? Because...
You didn't get stressed because... Or you were pretending to be stressed because you knew exactly what you were doing.
Once again, this is what it was like for
what you were doing.
whole
And I was trying to
just
ask
getting
you for
trolled
help.
by the person in front of me.
I was a damsel in distress trying to ask you for help and you were just fobbing me off.
We were making 2 different recipes.
Listen,
you could have helped me.
I was saying I don't know, and you were going, you're a liar, you are. I was like, how am I a liar? I don't know what you're making.
You were trying to sabotage my Nvidian... What was it, Nvidian? What did I bake? A big...
Once again,
a big cookie thing. And you tasted it, Alison. Let me just tell you,
What's
to
that?
everybody listening and watching out there, I actually did bake something really, really special.
It was beautiful.
And it had spice, Nvidian rum in it.
The things you did, the ones, the first day, they were really nice.
See, you can't even remember. I remember...
No, I'm not allowed to say what they are.
Oh.
But... the rum was appreciated.
Yeah, so my tactic was, if everybody's a bit jolly on some rum, maybe all yours lots will burn.
Yeah, but it ended up that you drank it all to yourself. You didn't even share
Alison,
that
just
rum.
half of it, not all of it.
It was lovely.
Did you enjoy your experience, though?
I actually came away and thought, you know what, it is a nice environment. It is a bit stressful.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know, it's a TV show.
Nice
we want
vibe,
to kind of make it happy and good, and that's where I came in, because I made it happy.
You did. You brought the lols. You really did.
And he made it really good, because his precision, oh, my gosh. Dermot's precision, it was like you were on, like, A-level math test or something.
Should we have a look at Dermot at work?
He's taking it too seriously.
Let's have a look.
Honestly.
Well, I have to talk to you, because I was really looking forward to meeting you.
Yes, and
I should be great, Bants. You haven't said anything.
I'm just saying, like, why are the others just messing about and talking when they could be baking?
Why are they having a good time?
Dermot does do that. He comes over and distracts you. It's a Dermot ploy. What are you doing there? Hey, buddy, you doing that? You ready to go? Let's go.
It's not a ploy, I just like
You
talking
see,
to
they
people.
showed you in a really good light there. Because you were, like, nice and talking. The reality of the fact was, he was like this. I am going to make this so perfect. I'm going to measure this side. And then, like a piece of art. Everything you made, it was spectacular and beautiful.
Yeah, but do you know why that was the case?
Here's my take.
Because he got help.
Do you know why that was the case?
Here's my take on Bake Off, is when you go in there, and of course, like, you're in a competition, you want to try, but...
Oh, there's trying and there's,
but you
like,
go in
going
there,
above
and there's
beyond.
a whole team, like home economics and people like that,
yeah.
and there's a whole camera crew and stuff, and then the pressure of it, you properly
You see, you're boycotting really what you truly did. You nailed it, you were perfection, and then you pretended you were a bit stressed.
I was stressed.
He was stressed. To be fair,
Alison, you saw him.
No, leading up to him, I saw him beforehand, and he was really stressed. And when
but did you see what he produced? It was like a work of art. It was beautiful.
It was
Didn't
good.
taste very good, but I mean, on looks alone.
You need to tune in on Sunday because it's so good. But you had more. It was for Stand Up to Cancer, and you had a very personal story.
Yeah, well, my dad passed away from cancer, so that was my initial thing of yes, let me do it. Because he also, you know, when my dad died, I then went back to LA and left my then not very nice abusive relationship, so he gave me the strength to kind of carry on. He didn't give me the strength to cook that good, but I got Navidian rum, which apparently, you know, it's got an acquired taste.
I liked it.
Both remember
but your whole,
yes.
one of your bakes was sort of inspired by your father, wasn't it? It was really nice.
Yeah, because I thought if I just put enough Nevis rum in it, it'll pass.
But they
and
loved
apparently
it,
it did pass the test.
They absolutely loved it. And I love the fact that you brought your heritage into your bakes. That was really lovely.
And I did try to do the Navidian flag, but that went wrong. It just looked like I'd...
No, it looked
like a bit of graffiti.
You had the colours going on. It was
Did
nice.
you get the handshake?
I don't know. Did you get a handshake?
Might.
You have to watch it on Sunday. Watch it on Sunday and you'll see whether or not you got the handshake or whether it was Mel who got the handshake.
Well, I clearly didn't get the handshake. Teacher's pet.
You the questions. Are you getting married at St Paul's Cathedral?
Yeah. Yeah, I can say that, yeah.
Great.
Oh, do you know what? I'm so glad that you found love in your life. It must be such a lovely feeling.
Well, I didn't think, you know, it was ever going to be possible because where I've come from, you know, I've got a lot of, like, PTSD. I've written a book about it, brutally honest. You can go and get it right now.
Your book is sensational, to be fair. It's a brilliant book.
Yeah, it's a very good account of what a survivor goes through. And I've just added three new chapters. But
so
yeah.
Is it like the first book, but you've just changed
added,
it? Because I've read the first book.
Because since when did I bring it out? 2016 to 2024, lots happened. I've got my MBE for spreading awareness, you know, for domestic violence. I'm engaged to be married. I've just bought a house, which I didn't think it was going to be possible. I just moved in 2 days ago. Well, I say Rory moved us in.
He's done it all.
Because I just happened to be away working in New York.
There you go. Then you know it's a keeper.
It's called teamwork.
But when you have an honour, it means you can get married in St Paul's Cathedral.
Yeah.
So have you made the call and got
well, you know, it is a process that you've got to go through because I have been married and divorced twice before.
Right.
And I really actually appreciate the process because they ask you, why do you want to get married again? And, you know, under God's name and, you know... So it's kind of, you've got to think to yourself, well, why do I want to get married again? Well, it's because I actually have found a good guy and somebody who really respects me and is kind, really, really hot and lovely. I didn't think that existed. Huh?
We'll pack up my boxes and move me in.
Yeah, he helped move me in. Well, us in, what am I talking about? Don't twist my words, Dermot. See, this is what he did.
Again,
all the time. All the time.
Can we talk about this Spice Girl reunion? Because everyone
wants nothing to say.
Well, you keep saying that there's going to be a Spice Girl.
I don't keep saying. I've just said it. I've said it, and then it got taken out of context,
and then all the other girls, they deny it.
Yeah, they're being silly.
They're so dry at night.
They're just being silly. And that's all I'm saying.
But when you are together, it was like... I remember I came to see you in Wembley. And it was just joyous, man.
A lot of fun up on that stage, let me tell you. And sometimes,
a lot of fun in the crowd.
you know, I'd come off stage and I'd been on stage for 2 hours and it seems like a blur because that is literally my happy place.
I also think you change. You change into another person, like... The Mal B that I see here is not the Mal B I see on stage. She's
you amp it up a bit, don't you?
It's fine.
But I'm still surrounded by leopard print and my girls, always. In fact, I really want to... Just reckon I can nick... Not nick.
Are you
Can I buy this sofa, Abby?
We literally upholstered this in the break.
I feel really special.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Do you feel left out, Dermot, because you haven't got any leopard print on?
I do now.
You didn't get the memo at all.
You are special.
There was a memo.
Doesn't care.
You are special. But out of interest, I heard you got kicked out of the WhatsApp group as well.
Oh, yeah, I'm always getting... That always happens to me, yeah. Because I say things, you know, I get so excited when it comes to Spice Girls.
Yeah.
Because it is 30 years. And, you know, we've got a lot to celebrate. The fact that we're all still healthy and living life and all talking still. It's nice.
It is beautiful.
So I can't say anything else to get myself kicked out. Don't try, Alison.
When you look back, like, at that period, what are your memories? Do you have, like... If they all blur? Because it was so much in such a short period of time.
On stage, it was a blur sometimes, because I just get so excited. But thinking back to all the stuff that we did, you know, I mean, I've got diaries where, like, Emma's written in it, Mel C, nobody's ever going to see it, by the way, where I look at it and we just landed in Japan, we got our #1, and it takes me right back there. You know, there's certain things that we've done together as a group that you can't really explain it because it happened to us 5 and it was just extraordinary.
I love the fact that you wrote diaries. That's so lovely.
I think that was a bit, you know... I want to make sure that I remembered
That's so lovely.
It's just living in that moment, I suppose, isn't it? And, like, and you did so much in... like, you know, you think when you look back at it, you guys were together for a lot longer than you weren't, but you weren't, were you?
2-3 years. Why are you trying to bring it down, Dermot?
Well, no, I'm just saying, you just...
Don't try and bring the vibe down,
You've got
Dermot.
so much in such a short period of time.
Dermot, we were together forever, and we are still together.
You are together. What does your kids think of that fact that they've got a Spice Girl mummy?
I think my 3 kids just think, well, you're mum, and I'm constantly telling them to tidy their room, load up the dishes.
What about the reaction when they see other people react to you? Do they?
Angel finds it hysterical.
Does she?
Madison just giggles. I think I was in Australia and I didn't play my music. My music happened to be playing in the hotel radio. And I said, who do you think this is, kids? And they were like, I don't know.
What song was it?
It was a Spice Girls song.
So
and then I said, oh,
this
is one of Mummy's songs. They were like, really? I was like, yeah. And you will listen to it again and again, and I'm going to quiz you, and you're going to learn the lyrics.
You're now going to get stuck in the lift.
No.
Listen, great Celebrity Bake Off.
You two are very relaxed. They're very good, aren't
Sunday,
they?
Channel
very good
4,
at doing this.
7:40.
Very good. So do you.
Good to see you.
It's an ordeal, but I still love
group hug.
Carl McLaughlin joins us now.
Oh, my Lord.
I love your question. So is it on top of the world or underneath?
Yeah,
that's a great first question.
I don't know what's going on.
Where are we?
What's going on, Kyle?
Oh, my God.
Are they underground? Are they
I wish
on top
I
of the
knew.
ground?
Well, there's 2 areas, yes. We are in the vault for parts of that, underground, deep underground, and then part of it is spent on top of the surface, where there's been an apocalyptic event, and it's 200 years later, and we come to the surface and we see all sorts of crazy stuff.
So it's really cool. So at the very start, you see this kind of 1950s kind of American...
Yeah, kind of future retro vibe.
Just sort of like... And then it basically, there's just explosions everywhere, and then it's like, was it 217 years later?
Yeah, we're jumping to the future.
So everyone's been living underground.
Yeah.
And Carl's in charge of one of the kind of the subsections.
Exactly right.
I don't know why I'm getting some
governor. No, exactly. You got it. It's very good.
I watched it last night. I really enjoyed it.
You paid attention.
Tell us about Hank, because his character's quite mysterious, isn't he?
Yeah, so Hank is the what's called the overseer. I'm the overseer of Vault 33.
Yeah.
Basically the governor, if you will, and he's in charge of his community, really.
So he takes care of his vault.
Takes care of his vault. He takes care of his vault in a beautiful way. And as you can see from the clip, things happen. And their entire world is turned upside down, and they have to go to the surface of the planet, which they've been told for centuries is not a place you want to go. So that's where we start.
And your daughter is kind of well, certainly from the first episode, from what I've seen, the girl plays she's the kind of protagonist has to go and rescue you.
Yeah, she comes out from the vault, never before having experienced that, heard horror stories about what's on the surface, not far from the truth, actually.
Yeah.
Played by the lovely Ella Purnell.
Yeah, she's great.
She is so delightful, plays my daughter. And yeah, we basically follow her journey.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I know about Fallout, because Fallout is what my son is playing on the games all the time.
Yes.
So it's literally taken from that. Did you know much about Fallout before you did the film?
I was Fallout. I had no idea. I was incapable of knowing. But my son knew about it, and also his cousins knew about it, and they sort of helped bring me up to speed. Explained a little bit about it. I tried to play, in an effort to understand this world, and I failed horribly. Died within the first 5 seconds, and I was like, this game is not for me.
But they're beautiful games. They're kind of really immersive games. Like the whole, these guys are artists. They build a whole world that you can get properly immersed in. The story, and there's like Fallout's 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. It's really. I've played them. It's really, really good.
Huge franchise, and as you said, immersive is a great word for the game.
Yeah.
So what was the draw for you? Was it Jonathan Nolan working with him, maybe?
Oh my gosh, I'm such a fan of Jonah, as he goes by, is our creative director and creator of this. I was such a huge fan of Westworld.
So good, wasn't it?
And I love that so much. So really excited to jump into this journey with him. And I knew some of the creatives. One of the writers, Graham Wagner, is a friend of mine as well. We worked together on Portlandia back in the day. Graham is super, super guy. So, between those things, the cast, the role, I said, I'm in. This is perfect.
Any stunts?
None that I wish to talk about. I'm at the age now where stunts are challenging. Wake up in the morning. I usually hurt myself if I do the stunt.
So bring in my stunt man.
Yeah, I bring in someone else. I have to sip a coffee. Bring in my stunt man. I can't drink this coffee. No.
So And we have to talk about, I guess, kind of a return to sci-fi. I guess that we talk about June, of course, the first
original,
June you were in, and working with David Lynch because, like, you know, he's such anyone that grew up watching cinema in the 80s, like, you're always drawn to this incredible art house director.
Yeah.
He was so good.
Oh, David's wonderful.
What's he like to work with?
He is just the greatest. We've done so many things together, starting with Dune and then Blue Velvet and, of course, Twin Peaks, that franchise. He is a good friend. He is one of the most creative people that I know. He's always doing something interesting. And he just has a great kindness about him. And the environment he creates on the set when we work together is just the most special place. And we have a lot of fun.
But Twin Peaks, like, I don't know what it was like in the States, but over here, this is from a time when we only really had 4 channels.
Right.
So, you know,
I believe there was a time like that.
Right.
I know.
So
my lord.
Everyone watched Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
And you were sort of entranced by it, terrified of it.
It's unbelievable.
Like, it really, and it was so kind of brilliant because it was kind of a bit art house, but also you had the whole country watching.
Yeah.
And
that's a great summation. I mean, I think part of the appeal was the fact that we hadn't seen anything like this before, primarily because you're taking a filmmaker like a David Lynch and bringing him to television, which was new for the time. And it sort of set the ball rolling for other possibilities.
That's such a good point.
I always wonder, as actors, do you actually know what's going on?
I do not know what's going on. I don't know what's happening right now, in fact. Good Lord, I've got severe jet lag. I have no idea where I am. What's happening?
I'll never forget that last episode of Twin Peaks. My parents had gone out and I couldn't wait to see it because it was a big thing. And I remember we videoed VHS, we watched it, and so I watched it like in a darkened room.
Oh, dear.
And your thing at the end, I was like, I'm not going to bed now. I've never been more scared in my entire life. It was so good.
And what about Sex in the City? Would you think that they should bring back Trey?
Oh, my gosh. Trey could come back for sure. I really enjoyed my time on that show.
Oh,
it was a lot of fun
great.
working with Kristen Davis and Frances Sternhagen, who played Bunny, of course. I always felt that Bunny and Trey should have their own show, and we just call it the Bunny and Trey Show. And you just didn't know from moment to moment what was going to happen. You know, Upper East Side apartment, having baths.
So good.
You know. Smoking cigarettes.
Have you watched the new June, the one?
I watched the first one, which I really enjoyed. I love the book so much. I love that story. So it was another opportunity to see a different take on that story.
Do you get nervous that you don't want it to be ruined in any way?
Well, I was nervous going in. I thought, oh gosh, this is going to sort of set the tone now. This will be the new Dune. But I said, actually, no. I see our Dune and the new Dune can coexist quite comfortably. I think, because the interpretation is different.
Yeah,
and that's what makes it
such
special.
a huge tome as well. It's such a massive piece of work. It's like, I guess you compare it to like, what Game of Thrones would be now in terms of like the book. I mean, the book, it was just, and then the adaptation was so kind of, you know, you've got to be so layered, and because Sting was in that movie, wasn't he?
Sting was in the movie, of course. Yeah, we remain friends to this day, even though I had to kill him. You know, he didn't want to go. He didn't want to die.
And before we let you go, because your whole thing is here, isn't it? You've got
everything. Yeah, we're working in the centre. Wonderful. Yeah, it's great.
I love McLaughlin Towers today.
This is what it is.
How's the wine going? Because you do.
Well, the wine is good, Dermot. Thank you for asking. So I have a wine company in Washington State.
And did you bring us any?
Oh,
I
failed in my mission.
Very thirsty.
Very, very bad. No, I have since 2005. I've been making wine. It's going really, really well. In fact, I've got distribution here in the UK, and we have a lot of the wine at Hawksmoor.
The steakhouse.
Put a plug in there for the steakhouse, because it's a big red wine.
What's the background to that? Was it you grew up in Washington State?
I did. I grew up in Yakima, Eastern Washington. Washington is 2 states. The east side is kind of more like the wasteland in Fallout. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding if you're watching from Washington. But it's much drier, very perfect climate for grapes. And so we make big, rich red wine on the east side.
We couldn't have you on, and it's such an honour to have you on. We couldn't have you on without providing with a little bit of
Can we just say that this is actually from Dermot's winery in the States?
I had no idea.
This is really...
Not my winery, but my...
Whoa, what are you doing here?
Yeah. So we just got...
But this is from Dermot, and obviously I'm just getting in on it. And
absolutely, absolutely.
But it's really from Dermot. You're so brave to give wine to someone who sells wine.
Look at this. This is a proper bottle. Thank you very much. From Saint-Million, you make it Saint-Million. Oh, wow. Which I visited Bordeaux last summer for the first time.
I hope you enjoy it.
Oh, this is so kind of you.
Let it breathe.
Let's open it right now. Shall we?
Thank you.
Enjoy. So lovely to see you.
Thank you for this.
Fallout. premieres on Prime Video on the 11th of April.
You guys are good.
We always do the promo together. Rest of the stereo.
Love it.
Daniel joins us now. Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you.
I've just told you, but I've never laughed so much alone on my own watching a series than watching The Gentleman. If you've not seen it, seriously, it's one of the best. How much fun did you have filming it? And I heard you actually met Guy Ritchie for the first time in a chicken suit.
That's right, yeah. Well, they brought me down to set on my first day. I was looking at the schedule going like, this is a bit weird, like this scene in the middle of the day. And in retrospect, I think it was a last opportunity for him to sort of cast an eye over me, give me the once-over. So they put me in the chicken suit, take me round to he's got this amazing sort of vintage Airstream trailer. Someone knocks on the door. The door opens, like a plume of incense smoke comes out, and he's in there playing, you know, that steel guitar on the cover of the Dire Straits, like strumming one of those. And for some unknown reason, it was already. I'm like, all right,
cool as well.
Yeah. And then I don't know what possessed me. I guess I knew I would be here one day telling this story, but something inside me said I should say something funny, and I just said, "Did someone order a massive cock roll?"
Very good.
And he just sort of, like, I could see his eyes darken, and he just went, "Yeah, you're in great shape, kid. You're in great shape.
Great shape,
You're in great
That's
shape."
not bad.
Yeah.
So was that your first scene?
No, that was my first time meeting him, because we hadn't sort of
But
met
why was you in the chicken outfit?
Well, that's what I mean. They just brought me down to say, I don't know, I think it was just sort of parade me in the chicken suit and give him one last chance to find me.
Like, the chicken suit is obviously iconic, and if you haven't seen it yet, the chicken scene is iconic. But the rest of your style's pretty on point. Like, you've got some great outfits.
Yeah.
Banging outfits, yeah.
It's such a great part, Freddie, because you are the man-child of this minor aristocratic family, right? So, but you should be inheriting everything, and you get passed over because you come with your issues, and then basically it seems to be like a lot of the plot lines are centred around your actions, I suppose, and then tidying up around you.
Yeah, I suppose particularly in the early parts of the series, I guess it's this idea of a guy who's just born into ultimate privilege, and you know, there's no better way of displaying that than, like, he'll walk around in his jimmy jammies with his flat cap on backwards, just assuming that he's going to inherit this dukedom.
Yeah.
It's been ordained since, you know, this has never happened before.
It's the law.
It's the law. It's primogenital is what it is. And, you know, and so the moment that rug is pulled out from underneath him, sort of chaos ensues. And I think it's fun to see someone stripped bare in that way, not literally, although, you know, close at points.
Always.
Can I just ask, is that scene where you slipped in the chicken, was that real and they kept it in?
That's right, yeah.
I thought so.
I know, it was the first one. I was psyching myself up because I'd sort of, the way Guy Ritchie works is like, he'll pretty much give you like the beginning and end of a scene, and then what happens in the middle.
So you really slipped and you thought, you know what, I'm just going to keep that in, because you remained in character and carried on.
Well, they called cut annoyingly, and we were all like, no! That was... Yeah, but they managed to keep it in. I'm glad that they did.
It was so good.
Hang on, so the start and the end of the scene is structured. So what about the middle? So are there lines in the middle of this?
Sometimes, and then sometimes, you know, you come into work...
Give you a couple of notes and you'll go, be a bit annoyed or...
Exactly, yeah. You're going to need to say something to make him terrified, and then I kind of, like, say something, and he goes, no, that's rubbish, something else. And you just rattle through a couple of options, and then sometimes...
That wouldn't suit everyone, I suppose, right?
It wouldn't, but you kind of get used to it. People were saying to us, like, don't learn your lines. Everyone who'd worked with him before, don't learn your lines.
Really?
It'll just screw you up.
And I was like,
I can't do that. And then, you know, a weekend, I was like, OK, I'm not learning
anything.
And then every now and again, he wouldn't change a word.
Yeah.
And you're all in the corner like,
I don't know the line.
Oh, good God.
Learn the line!
Oh, no!
But you come from a contemporary theatre background anyway, so improvisation, spontaneous. You're used to that, right?
Well, that makes me sound much more impressive, highfalutin than is fair. I did do a contemporary theatre degree at Lancaster University, which was like, I thought contemporary theatre was going to be, you know, a royal court, Donmar warehouse kind of vibes, and I turn up there and I'm like, oh no, this is like Dutch dance troops rolling around naked, like throwing feathers and blood at each other, or someone coming up to microphone going,
sort of mid-century.
Yeah, totally. I was thinking like 80s, you know, in-your-face theatre. No. But you know, if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah.
What is it like to be part of a series that's obviously got so much heat behind it? And I mean, everyone obviously, you know, knows the Guy Ritchie and his work. But there's something about this that it feels very much like, you know, it's the show of the moment. And when you know, you're 38.
I'm 38.
You've been at it a while.
You're a big star now. You've hit it.
I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I see what you're saying. Say again, sorry.
Well, is it kind of lovely to be part of that? You know, you're doing a show that's a hit. Now people are recognising you in the street. Is that kind of good?
It is.
Is it disconcerting? Is it?
It's disconcerting when, like, a couple of times I've had, you know, walk past some builders who squawked chicken noises at me the other day. But then again, I think it kind of means that people are connecting with it. Do you know what I mean? It's because they've enjoyed it, and you always do this stuff because you want people to see it and you want people to enjoy it, and you always think it's gonna. Everything you make is going to change the world and cure cancer, and then it comes out and you're like, all right, maybe that didn't pan out, that one.
Good cast as well.
Great cast,
You knew Theo James from drama school, did you?
I did. We'd been to drama school together.
So what was it like, just being back together again?
Well, it was cool. I knew, you know, I knew that he was a good guy, and he knew that I was an idiot, and that was some degree of sort of comfort. It worked. Yeah, it was funny getting... The last time I'd seen him, I've told this story already, but it bears repeating. He was... I'd gone to a party at his house at drama school, and he... I was very pretentiously playing chess with someone I remember in the living room. And he came...
cap on backwards.
Yeah, exactly, in a kind of, like, in my head, like, probably in a smoking jacket, just, like, I don't know, quoting beat poetry or something. And he sort of came in and was like, oh, bit of chess, huh? OK, well, people will be arriving soon, guys, so, you know. And then, like, an hour later, he comes in more drunk, like, still playing chess? Guys, there's a party happening in here. Another hour passes and he comes back in, like, roaring drunk, just claps the chessboard together, tosses it across the room, and is like, stop playing chess! And then the next thing I see him is, like, everybody else is just, their faces up against the glass of the there's a sort of backyard, and Theo out in the garden just letting off fireworks from his hands. So he was...
Not a chess guy.
He was not a chess guy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining. The Gentleman is available now on Netflix. Catch it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Paradise is back for its second series. Two of its stars, Sally Bretton and Barbara Flynn, join us now.
Welcome, both of you. Thank you for coming on.
Hello, good morning.
For a second run, this is good. And it's been so successful as well. What do you think the secret is?
I don't know. I think we're all very jolly, and we have a puzzle every week, and Chris solves them absolutely brilliantly.
He does.
And we've got lovely scripts, and once or twice we go to work on a beach.
It's all right for some.
What can be worse?
Barbara, I mean, the series is on for umpteen series, and suddenly it relocates back to Cornwall, and...
she thinks she's going to the Caribbean.
Well, it's not. I mean, it is, of course, connected, isn't it, Sally? But it's quite different. It is quite different.
I always wonder...
Got the same magic.
Yeah. It must have been lovely. Obviously, Sally, you did do the Caribbean.
Yeah.
For the first 2-3 weeks, is it wonderful? And then do you miss home?
No, because I was out there... I think I was only out there for about 4 or 5 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't get any sort of hurricanes, and I didn't get any of the bad weather. I think I just got it just at the most perfect time. So, no, I didn't. I had an amazing time.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful. Well, tell us what we've got in store, because I know your character had a bit of a rough time last time, but things are looking up for your character this time.
Yes, things are brighter for Martha. So we're following them on their journey to find out what family means for them. And so they're exploring fostering, and they're right at the beginning of that journey, and very nervous about it, and want it to go well, and want to be good at it, and they just have lots of love to give, and they're hoping they can put it there.
Oh, that's lovely. And Barbara, what about Anne? What's happening with Anne? Is she getting back on the dating scene?
Well, yes, after a long, unhappy marriage, yes. And I think she's coming to a bit after the death of her husband. And and knowing she sees Martha and Humphrey very close, they're living in close proximity, she sees and maybe this... Anyway, she starts this dating, which is a completely foreign world for her, and she's completely lost, and if it weren't for a great deal of help with the pushing and the swiping and the whatever you have to do, with Melina is a gorgeous girl who plays Zoe, and she comes in and she does instruct Anne in lots of language. And there's also a very wonderful person who works at the farm shop who's quite a goer, and she's instructing her as well. So she has a lot of information coming in, and she doesn't do lots of it. She just actually does two, really. And but
what, she does two men?
No, she just
meets two men.
Two connections or whatever.
Oh,
they are. What are they called? Anyway,
we're not.
It's completely not my thing either.
Two matches.
That's it. Strike, whatever. And she does actually eventually hook up on the second date with Richard, who is played by Peter Davison. And
I mean, you've got to be happy with that.
Well, I know. Well, Peter and I go way back. We go way back to Very Peculiar Practice.
How way back are we talking?
Well, there's a series. I was doing Beiderbecke and Very Peculiar Practice one year, and Very Peculiar Practice was written by Andrew Davis, and it was a very anarchic, wonderful thing about a medical practice a very poor medical practice on a university campus. And he played a very nervous young doctor who came in, and I played this very, very strong, incredibly powerful woman who had a very ambidextrous sex life, and she literally ruled. And he came in as the timid doctor. Oh, it's worth watching. and then I met him later on in something called Pat and Cabbage, where he played the stronger person, and I played the sort of a detective, but quite a shy person.
Oh, it's a lovely storyline, though, isn't it? That a lot of people resonate with, I think. That kind of, widow, like, the third act in life, and actually giving it another go.
Well, that's the thing about the series, isn't it? That it seems it touches on things that people can talk or don't really talk about, but need maybe to talk about.
Yeah.
And the series, everyone watches it.
But that's the great challenge. That's why it's so successful. That's a great challenge. You've got a murder mystery, basically, but you still care about these people. You tune in to watch every week.
I quite like the relationship between daughter and mother as well. Whether she comes to terms with the fact that she's dating.
I know.
Not with your father anymore.
I know, all of that. And she's very protective of her. And it's a new world, and she doesn't want her to be vulnerable. No. But at the same time, she does go on a journey with it. She's nervous at the beginning and becomes more accepting and more embracing. But it's a lot of, shifting of...
Well, with the first series, the IVF, wanting to have a family, is really a sensitive thing, which is so beautifully handled. Well, let's no, but absolutely. And now the fostering, it's really... there is that sensitivity that is written for us, which is wonderful.
Let's take a look.
Let's take a look.
You get on. Me and Zoe can cope. We don't want to be late.
You sure?
Positive. But we'll be back by 3. I've got a date tonight.
Another one?
I wasn't aware you were keeping count. He's picking me up at 7, so I'll be back by 3 so I can get ready.
You need 4 hours?
There's no point in even trying to explain it to you. Just wait until you're my age. All will become clear.
Love it. I love it.
When you were pitched the show, were you like, murder mystery, great, and then there's quite a lot of heavy subjects you've got.
I've heard about the show because we finished. I was Chris's exit storyline from the Caribbean, and then we were in the first lockdown, and the phone rang, and they said, we're thinking about their life afterwards, set in Cornwall. I was like, oh my God!
Love it.
Even if it doesn't happen, it's like 3 weeks of just thinking about that while the world had stopped. It was nice to have stuff to get your teeth stuck into.
And Cornwall, what a great place. I mean, Barbara, you're familiar. You've got the old... You do some Cornish craft, don't you? Do some jewellery?
Well, no, I did spend a lot of time going down to West Penwith, which is the first sort of bump of England, up to Penzance and all that. Really rocky, it's beautiful, beautiful, bleak, sort of wonderful rocks.
But all the jewellery in the show is yours, isn't it?
Yes, well, that started as a hobby and then turned into a business.
Lovely.
And the first designer was very sweet and said, oh, come on, Barbara, let's use it. And so I've been very
Before we let you go, have either of you ever played in that theatre down there, or the open-air theatre?
Oh, no, I haven't.
No, but I've seen many shows down there, because Linus kind of grew up...
So beautiful.
Unbelievable.
Every summer.
Well, Alison, Beyond Paradise continues 8 p.m. Friday, BBC One. Catch up all the episodes on iPlayer. Sally, Barbara, thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, our next guests take bromance to a whole new level.
Staying Relevant, the podcast with two bestest buds in the game.
Show you what we're doing.
Which one am I supposed to be?
Which one do you want to be?
Neither.
You've lost it.
We never had it.
We had it.
Hey!
Have I got to do the whole thing like this? I love you so much.
That even made that made me cry when I saw it.
Getting emotional watching that.
Bezzers, Sam Thompson and Pete Wicks have captured the nation with the hugely popular podcast Staying Relevant, which has more than 5 million downloads.
And now they're bringing their hilarious antics to the stage with an upcoming tour, and the pair are on the sofa to join us. It's so good to see you guys. It is so good to see you. I got really emotional watching that when you two were, you know, reunited in the jungle. That was such a beautiful moment,
Pete's
wasn't
mortified now and he watching it.
Absolutely mortified. A lot of people say that to me because you had like Tony and his wife who've been married for a long time, Nigel and his daughter who obviously related, and the most emotional thing was us two Wallies jumping all over each other.
Having the best time you've ever seen in your life, though. Really bromancing and feeling the vibes.
Sam, when you first saw Pete in that moment, what was going through your head?
He ran away, Joe.
I did.
He turned the other way and he ran the other way.
Because you don't expect him to. You know what it's like to be in your habitat? And I was like, what are you doing here amongst all the mozzies and stuff? And then, obviously, I gave him a big old hug. And I looked at his face, actually, and it looked like he'd had work done out there. But he hadn't. He'd actually just been bitten on the face by a couple of mosquitoes, or so he says. But we don't know.
I did look like Jackie Stallone.
Yeah.
I love the yin and yang with you guys. So brilliant. Because even watching that VT, Pete was like this. Sam was like this. Just literally can't
Also, I don't know how to put my legs, because you guys are like that, and I don't know if I should be doing that or what I should be doing.
Listen, take us right back. Where did this friendship start, and what were your first impressions of each other when you first met?
My first impression of Sam hasn't changed much. He's really aggravating. I'd like to spend less time with him. However, now we're contractually obliged to be together, so that's the main reason that I do spend time with him. But what, 5 years, 6 years?
6 years.
And what was it?
It was Celebs Go Dating, and I saw him across the room, and there was a guy with blue eyes, and it was Pete, basically, and I saw him.
He got out of the way.
and I just saw him, and he had this energy, and the thing that we don't know about Pete is he's actually a really soft soul, and he's got a very crusty outer shell with a really, really soft, gooey centre. And actually, like, even before we came on, like, today, he was calling me all last night, because he's actually well into his crystals, and he's, like, really, really spiritual. And so he was, like, calling me all last night.
How much is this true?
Absolutely none of it. Not one part of that is true, but I'm so glad that you can see through all the waffle.
No, he is. He's a really deep guy inside, like, really deep. And I think a lot of people don't see that side of him.
Yeah, whereas Sam's the opposite. He's as shallow as a puddle.
I don't know what that means, but...
You're so opposite. It's amazing how it works, really, isn't it?
On a serious note, yeah, he's kind of like the brother I never wanted, but my life wouldn't be the same without him. Like, genuinely, I am quite blessed, and we're really blessed to be able to do so much work together and go on tour and do all that sort of stuff, because it doesn't feel like work.
Where did that all come from? Because there's one thing, me and mates, and living through a similar experience, you know, the shows you used to do, but to actually sit down and go, you know, suddenly actually make a career out of it and actually, you know, be partners is something totally different.
Damn it takes a lot of phone calls to Pete's agent, and I once had to trick him that he had a job.
And he paid me to be his friend once.
Yeah. I once had to send an Addison Lee as if a brand had sent it, and he was coming by for a brand job, and it wasn't. It was a TikTok video.
Well, just to hang out with you?
Yeah.
Because otherwise
I'd be livid.
Yeah, no, well, I was livid because I didn't get paid.
So Staying Relevant, you've got 5 million downloads. Well done, you guys. Well done. You should be so proud.
Wow.
That's all right.
Okay.
And you're taking it on tour. What sort of things can people expect to listen to?
The tour's going to be an interesting one. It's not something that Sam and I have ever done before.
Right.
I took it upon myself to write the tour, and I don't know why I decided that would be a good thing to do.
You've wrote the whole thing?
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. He has got a Shakespeare touch about him, hasn't he?
He does, yeah. He's the great.
Something like that, yeah. So the good thing is for Sam, if it goes well, he'll get all the credit for being king of the jungle. If it goes badly, he'll put all the blame on me.
Yeah.
But no, it's going to be loads of fun. It's not just about the kind of the podcast, which has got its own kind of theme. It's a lot to do with Sam and I and kind of our, let's say, colourful careers over the past kind of 10 years. So
how will it work? Will it be like questions and answers, or you
we're gonna have
interview
a
each
little
other?
bit of that,
Or
the first bit is kind of the history of us, and then the second part is sort of podcast-based. There's a little Q&A, there's a lot of interaction. We've got a couple of special guests who might be doing bits for us. There's all sorts of things going on. It's going to be an interesting one.
When we think about you two, there, you know, Sam is with Zara, and you seem to be there a lot, Pete. You know, some people...
Wow.
People might say,
you didn't put any punches there, did you, Josie? You're sad and lonely.
Some people might say, you know, maybe you feel like a bit of a third wheel. Do you ever feel like a third wheel? Or does Zara ever feel like a third wheel?
Zara does.
Oh, really?
Zara's the weekend wife. So I get Monday to Friday and I let her have the weekends. She's kind of the bit on the side, and people would think it's the other way round, but it's not.
That's so hilarious.
We're like a throuple, really. And
really?
We're not a throuple.
No, but
we're not.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, but like in terms of not in an intimate way, but in a friend. We just love each other so much, and we enjoy working together and really sort of like, I've ruined this now, haven't I?
Yeah, you've made it weird. Everyone's just thinking throuple.
Do you know what, Sam? But you speak so highly of Pete, and in the jungle, because Pete has only got to look at a lady, and you are, you know, you're together, aren't you? And you were going, he's not like that at all. He's not like that at all. He's got this reputation.
Quite shy.
Really, you're not anything like your reputation, are you, Pete?
No, listen, I've obviously had a bit of a career where I haven't got the best reputation when it comes to women, but I'm old and decrepit now, so I've really slowed down. So yeah, I'm actually quite a nice person, but people just don't believe it. I get linked to everyone.
Everybody,
it's your turn next.
Oh, right, OK.
Yeah, mystery woman.
Don't look at me too long.
On the sofa.
Pete got linked to his mum once.
Yeah, my mum was my mystery... Honestly, I took my mum to an event and came outside and we were packed together, and next day it was Pete sing with Mystery Blonde. We're a close family, but it was very weird. So, yeah, anyone, literally.
And if people are tuning into the podcast for the first time, what can they expect? What is the format?
Chaos.
Yeah, but you know what? The way it came about was the idea was two ageing reality stars two stars like that who are basically sort of watching their career, like other people fly past them as we're getting a little bit older, and it's sort of like, I think some people still think that it's kind of glamorous, and there's just hardly, for you guys there is a lot of when you hit the top, but like, you know, on the
down
way,
in the gutter, it's not so great.
Yeah, and there's so much to talk about. There's like a massive curtain that we want to show people behind, because it's funny. Some of the stuff we've done is absurd. Even coming on here is pretty awesome.
Well, Sam, Pete, good luck on the tour. And you know what the lovely thing about you, Sam, is you don't realise how amazing you are. You don't realise how special you are. Okay. You've got a magic about you, and together, you're just perfect. So,
lovely thing about you, Pete, is you know how great you are.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah, thank you.
Sam and Pete's podcast, Stay Relevant, goes on tour this April. Thanks, gents.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Now, of course, Easter's become synonymous with eggs and bunnies, but at the heart, of course, is the Christian tradition.
And that's why our next guest, Reverend Kate Botley, is here to remind us about the spiritual side and why it holds so much importance. Good morning to you, Kate.
Morning. I also want to say I like the bunnies and the chocolate as well. I mean, who doesn't?
Oh,
they come a very close second.
Right, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus, chocolate eggs, you know, it's fine. And I think that's the point, isn't it? Is that whatever way you access this, wherever you come in, obviously I'm professionally religious, so this is a big gig for me, you know, but I think that the whole point is that wherever you want to access this, there's something for everybody in there.
Well, religion is on the decline. You know, their numbers are there, but people often forget why we even celebrate Easter. So, Reverend Kate, would you like to remind everybody?
Well, I think Good Friday, I mean, it's a weird thing, isn't it? Because it's called Good Friday, yet it's the day when Christians remember Jesus'
death, the
saddest day, the worst day of Jesus' life. I suppose, for me, there's something about the crosses. I don't know about when you write your Christmas cards and your Easter cards, you put a little kiss on the bottom, a little cross on the bottom. And I think, for me, the cross of Easter is a little bit like God's kiss on the world. It's like it's a bit like saying, I love you so much that I'm in it with you, that my son, you know, knows what it's like to suffer and to die and to go through the worst day, so that when we're going through a bad day too, there's a solidarity in that. There's something alongside us saying, I know what this feels like.
Can you just remind everybody the significance of the egg?
Well, of course, it's springtime. So, you know, it's a time of rebirth, and in all different faith traditions and, you know, celebrations, it's that idea that the blossom comes out in the trees, the bunnies and the lambs and all that. So it's a time of rebirth. Lots of religions have that sort of symbolism. But for Christians, we sort of adopted it and said that, you know, the inside of your chocolate Easter egg's hollow, just like the tomb was on Easter Sunday morning. What I love about that story is it was Mary Magdalene that found the empty tomb. So women are right at the heart of it, and that really appeals to me.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Like, you go to sort of different Christian sort of traditions around the world, and so many cultures and so many other countries, Easter is actually more important than Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah, it's more important for me as well because, I mean, you know, it's better than Christmas because there's less pressure and more chocolate, which is really good. But I've been obsessed, I don't know if you've seen it, by Spanish Holy Week TikTok this week. Oh, my goodness, it's amazing. The parades through the street, people weeping and wailing. It's been great. So I've been loving that.
And, Kate, you talk about, you know, Easter being, you know, the start of everything. It's spring, you know, you've got the lambs beginning. And so you like to start Easter with some New Year's resolutions, don't you?
Yeah, it's a really good time of year because, of course, you know, like, the New Year's resolutions have gone kind of by the wayside a little bit right now. So I usually start again at Lent, and I think, OK, I'll start again then.
How was your Lent?
It's been a long one. How's yours been?
It's been a tough
Good Catholic boy
when
there.
you work
How's
on this show,
yours
let
been?
me tell you, giving up chocolate crisp sweets is not easy around
You've been very
around this
good.
parish. Very hard.
It's a tricky one, but that's the point, right? The point is that the feast tastes so much better after the fast, and it's a really good discipline to not overindulge
Just
all
have
the
that abstinence.
time.
It's actually pretty good discipline, yeah.
You know, when Easter Sunday morning comes, whatever your faith and belief.
Do you know what I love about you, and we were colleagues on Radio 2 and we're friends on Radio 2, is you wear your faith so lightly on your shoulders. And I think that's so important because no one wants anything shoved down their throat, and no one wants the easy certainty of religion. Has that always been the case for you?
No, I think when I first came to faith, I had that kind of... Because I'm not from a religious family, you know, I found faith as a teenager. And I think I was very sort of, like lots of teenagers are, very intense about everything, you know. But it's really mellowed over the years, and I just think that if you want to access some of this stuff, you know, I think what we've done as a nation is perhaps thrown the baby out with the bathwater a little bit when it comes to religion. There's some stuff in there that's still really useful for people, even if you can't subscribe to all of it, even if you can't eat all the chocolates in the chocolate box, you know, maybe there is still something in there that might be helpful and supportive. And that's why I wrote the book. You know, the book, Have a Little Faith, is for those people who go, oh, I'm not religious, but I do like to light a candle in a church if I go on holiday. You know, those kind of people. And it's so funny, you know, because people come up to me in the street and they'll go, I'm not religious. And I always wonder, did they go up to, like, builders and go, I'm not a plasterer? Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's OK. I don't mind that you're not religious. That's fine.
And your book was, you know, inspired because did somebody not want to sit by you on the train?
Oh, yeah, that happened. Oh, it was just... It happens sometimes that you're on a packed train, I've got my dog collar and I'm sat there and I'm thinking it's going to go one or two ways. Either I'm going to get someone who really wants to sit next to me, who's going to talk to me for the next 3 hours about the Latin translation of the New Testament or something, or there's just an empty seat. And honestly, I was on this packed train carriage and not a single soul wanted to sit next to the vicar. And I think people looking at the book might think, oh, it's just going to be Bible talk, it's just going to be Jesus talk. But actually, you know, I'm not preaching to the choir here. They're already in. What I want to do is say to people, if you find some of that stuff useful, then it might still be for you.
Life lessons on love, death, and how lasagna always helps.
Always helps.
Food
A modern-day
always
cup
helps.
of tea.
Yeah, well, it's that thing of, you know when... I mean, we have it all the time, don't we? You know, people are going through really tough stuff. The world is it's a tough place to be. That's the thing about Good Friday, you know, the worst day of your life does not have to define it. Easter Sunday's coming, Sunday's coming. And it's that idea that if you don't know what to do and you don't know what to say to someone who's going through a tough time, take them something to eat. It could easily be chicken pie or whatever your thing is.
But I love that, though. I love, like, death in the family, lasagna. Going through tough times, lasagna.
Baby born, lasagna.
Kate, you know, you said you grew up and you weren't from a religious family or a religious background. Where did you find your faith then? What happened to you?
Well, if I'm being honest, I only started going to church because I fancied the vicar's son. So I only went for a snog and I came away with a dog collar.
The age-old tale, eh?
It's love. It was love and friendship. That's why I started going to church. But what's brilliant is my daughter, she's moved out now. She's living with a boyfriend. He's lovely. We're having a lovely time. She went to church the other week and I was like, I mean, we brought them up in the faith, but I didn't expect it to stick. Do you know what I mean? So she went, oh, I went to church this morning, Mum. And I was like, really? And she went, yeah. I mean, you know, it's singing and biscuits. Why won't you go? And that's what I want to say in the book is, if that's what you take from it, you know, if you then don't come to a place of believing, it's probably my fault, not yours.
Kate, did you end up with the vicar's son? That's
I did. We been married for 26 years.
Never.
So where did you go from that to actually being... Because it was over a chicken tikka masala that
Yeah. So what happened was...
as is always the case.
Honestly, my vicar took me out for dinner. That wasn't Graham's dad.
You're thinking, oh, hang on a minute.
And I was thinking, what's going off here? Just me and him going out for a meal together. That's a bit weird. Is this flirt? Is this a flirt to convert situation? And then somewhere between the poppadoms and the tikka masala, he blurted out, I think you should think about ordination. I think you should explore that. And it's one of those things, it's a bit like being, I don't know, a politician. You probably shouldn't do it if you really want to. It should come from the people that you're going to serve.
That's such a good point.
It should come from the people that you're going to serve.
And what I loved is when you said, when you got through and sort of this summary or whatnot, it was like... it was like X Factor Judge's house.
It was really...
What was it, like the Holy Trinity there going, yes.
So they send you do all this, like, testing and you write all these essays, you do all these presentations, and it kind of sort of comes to a head where you're sent away to this country house in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of other potential vicars. And it is like the X Factor Judges' houses. They watch you eat your breakfast, they do psychosometric testing on you, and you're still not certain whether they're actually going to ordain you at the end of it. But it seems to have worked out.
And then does Bishop of Canterbury go, it's a yes from me?
It's exactly that.
It's amazing. I always loved Josie. Whenever Kate came down on the radio, whenever she'd come down on a Saturday, I always tell her story. Basically, would coincide Pause for Thought, which is the moment where, you know, you get different people of other religions or faiths, or even, you know, no faith, just coming down, giving you Pause for Thought on the radio. But hers would always coincide with she was in trouble with the bishop and she had to... I was like, where are you off to now? There would be some disciplinary hearing about, you know, being naughty in a sermon.
It never got that bad. They were always very kind. And I think that's one of the wonderful things that the church has done, is they've kind of given me a freedom, you know, to do Gogglebox, to do some things that are a little bit out of the box. But the book was a joy to write, an absolute delight, and I hope that it's helpful for some people. The chapter on death is the one that I'm most proud of, and I hope it's got some tools for people to be able to use.
Well, have a little faith. Can I keep this one?
Yeah, of course you can.
Oh,
I'll sign it for you.
Thank you.
I mean,
that'd be
not.
lovely.
You might want to give it to somebody else. You might want to, like, read it and then re-gift it.
No, well, you can't re-gift if you've signed it, so I'd love that signed. We have got a little present for you.
You?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at this.
It's all very Dibley, isn't it, there? I love it.
It's pure Dibley.
I mean, I'm a real one, though.
We know you adore a Kit Kat, specifically a Kit Kat Chunky, is this correct?
I mean, this is my thing. When I'm having a bad day, I go and sit in the downstairs cupboard and eat 2 Kit Kat Chunkies, and it resets it completely. So that is an absolute treasure, and I will share that. I won't eat it. Well, I might eat it.
What's the thing? When are you allowed to have it? Sunday?
I would say sunset on Saturday night is when the vigils start.
Important to know. A big happy Easter to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. You're a joy and a delight.
You've been a joy, an absolute joy.
Swapping spring dresses now for Lycra because it's gladiator time.
After 10 gruelling weeks, this Saturday the contenders will take to the arena for the very last time for the Gladiators grand finale.
But we're joined now by 3 superhumans on a mission to stop the contenders succeeding.
Really giving it some.
Dynamite bread. And Gladiators Giant, Diamond and Dynamite join us now. Morning, guys.
Good morning. Congratulations on an extraordinary series, Giant. I think, you know, when everybody talked about Gladiators coming back, we all had such fond memories of it. We tried to bring it back before, it wasn't quite so big. This has been extraordinary. How's it been for all you Gladiators?
Oh, it's been amazing. Obviously, it goes without saying, like you say, it's huge in the past, and I think we had big shoes to fill.
Yes.
Well, I think we filled them, you know, credit to the people that have gone before us. I think we filled them that much, our toes are sticking out the end.
Absolutely. And what's it like? What's your reaction with the kids as well? It must be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. The kids absolutely love it. They just, yeah, it's great. It's wonderful. They're so excited. They want to play all the games and stuff, don't they? We've had parents say to us they've made, like, eliminators or Duel, like, in their living rooms. It's wonderful.
I think I'm right in saying, Dynamite, that you didn't really know much about Gladiator beforehand. These 2 are a bit older than you.
Yeah, I had no clue. Absolutely no clue. Like, I got the call that I was
you know, being asked to audition for this Gladiators thing. And didn't really think much of it.
Gladiators thing.
This Gladiators thing. Didn't really think much of it. It was my parents and my grandparents that had to, you know, tell me what it was and how big it was as a show. So I thought, OK, right, I'll give it a go. Yeah. And then here we are. And
I love the idea. It's your grandparents advising you to go and do the show where you're going to get bashed up every week.
Yeah. They thought it was something really special back in the day and thought we could make something amazing, and we have.
I think you have.
For sure. Giant, you used to be a firefighter, is that correct?
I did, yes, 7 years.
So how did you get involved in the series?
So I was a firefighter and a bodybuilder for many years.
OK.
So, you know, the stature leads into those both quite well.
Yeah.
And I used to watch it as a kid. I was 8 years old when the first series come out.
Did you have a favourite?
I was Hunter for the males.
Oh.
He gave us a gong bath last week, didn't he?
Yes, he was on my
James did.
Yes, he did.
It's amazing. He's gone from being a gladiator to banging gongs.
Yeah, he's probably now trying to heal the people that he's hurt in the past.
Exactly. And what's been the toughest thing about the competition for you?
For me, being a big bodybuilder and moving in certain planes of motion, forwards and backwards, up and down, that's about it for the last 10 years.
Right.
Becoming more functional and agile again was my biggest challenge.
Yeah.
But I didn't do too bad.
And you consume 6,400 calories a day, is that correct?
Yeah, that's just to maintain this physique. In the past, I've had up to 10,000.
Wow.
So, yeah, a lot of good food, by the way, not bad food, good calories.
This weekend, Diamond, what can we expect for the grand finale?
Oh, you can expect a real good competition between the contenders. Lots of excitement, lots of fun, some really great challenges.
Has the standard of the contenders surprised you as well, the people that have been willing to come and take... Because you are an intimidating bunch. Us just sitting here knowing that we're going to mock up something in a moment. Have you been surprised by the standard?
The girls have been incredible. They've been really, really good. They've been super strong, powerful, but, I mean, we're gladiators at the end of the day, so nothing really phases us.
You're different, aren't you?
At the end of the day, some people are just born different. Dynamite, what's your typical day? Like, how do you train? What do you eat? What's your typical day?
Oh, typical day. I train twice a day most days. Wow. My morning session would be just CrossFit workouts, a couple, maybe three.
Maybe three?
Depends on the day, and then I'd get on my day at uni.
Are you still at uni as well?
Typical uni student.
What are you studying?
Sports science. So I'd have to go onto campus and go to a few lectures.
Do the lectures get in the way of training?
I kind of work I work around training, which isn't kind of how I'm supposed to do it, but I think that's just how I'm wired naturally. I make it work, I multitask, but I do that, and then I'll train again in the evening afterwards and
It takes a lot of focus and dedication, Kat Deeley.
Which is exactly why they've got us heavily involved.
They thought we're going to try and test them. We've got to test them properly. It's only 3 weeks in.
Yes, of course. The gladiators are going to be putting our skills to the test now. So shall we bring out our very own referee?
Yes, I'm ready.
Gladiator, are you ready? This is your moment.
Come on.
3, 2, 1.
That's the win, isn't it? Come on. That's another win. That's another win.
Yeah, that's a definite win. That's a definite win. Congratulations. OK, Ben. That was impressive. That was impressive. OK. OK. 9 seconds. Not bad at all. OK. Are you ready? Next contender. It's time to meet up.
OK.
Are you ready? We know she's good at a game of wonky donkey. Let's hope she doesn't go wonky today. Contender ready. Gladiator ready. 3, 2, 1.
Go on, Kat. Oh, shit.
Go on, Kat. Come on, Kat.
Oh! I was trying to style it.
How many seconds? 4 seconds.
Well done.
So, Ben, you are today's winner.
Thank you very much.
Well
but
done,
for style, Kat won.
Thank you.
Style won.
And Nicola joins us now. So that is Big Mood. It starts tonight at 10 p.m.
you guys.
Channel 4. We loved watching it. It was
Thank you so much.
You just didn't know what was going to happen next. From the moment your character, Maggie, turns up on the scooter and goes free, was that fun?
It was really fun. We filmed that in Ridley Road Market in Dalston. And a really weird Bridgerton connection with that scene. Corey Milcreast, who plays King George in Queen Charlotte, was there that day. But, you're right, buddy. Sorry, we're best friends. I don't know
You
how
are,
you guys know.
yeah,
See, we are
yeah.
now. Yeah, he was like, did I see you in like a pink velour tracksuit in Ridley Road Market on a scooter? I'm like, you did.
Was he just shopping at the market?
He was just having, he was having a nice day, and then was like, yeah, when I met him, he was like, I think I saw you.
Whizzing past with a headscarf. And tell us a bit about the show.
Yeah, so it's written by one of my best friends, Camilla Whitehill. It's a comedy, but it's a dark comedy. It deals with, there's two girls called Maggie and Eddie. Where are you off to?
Now you're in charge of the...
Oh, buddy, do you not care about Big Mood? Come on.
You're giving that...
Buddy.
Hold on.
Buddy's been really well trained this
Do you know
week,
what? He's
apparently,
really
but since-
sleepy. And also, do you want him on the couch? I was like, yes. But I think everything you do is perfect, and you've never done anything wrong in your life, buddy. Yes, so it's about two girls, Maggie and Eddie, and they're best friends. They're about to turn 30. And they sort of are at a funny stage in their life where it's like, do they go and get married and have kids, or, you know, what's happening with their careers? It's like that strange adjustment period. And then my character, Maggie, has bipolar disorder.
Yeah.
So that's something that works its way in. So it does get quite dark, just as a warning for people. Some people have watched it already today, and they're like, oh, it goes a place. I'm like, it does, but brilliantly so. Camilla's an amazing writer. Yeah.
Brilliant fun for you as well, but a challenge because she is bipolar, so
Yes.
you're sort of not really sure how she's going to be at any one time.
Yeah.
And I'd imagine the way you've shot this, on some days you were shooting scenes from different episodes, and one moment you're high, the other moment you're really low.
It's wild. Like, we shot it in 7 weeks, which is no time whatsoever. And you literally are like, playing her very, very depressed, and in the next scene, she's manic. And we had an amazing director called Rebecca Asher, who's worked on some of my favourite shows, like Arrested Development and Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Wow.
And she came from the States to do this. But yeah, I would very much rely on her and Camilla to be like, where is she right now?
Yeah.
Like, what state is she in? And we shot literally the opening scene and the finale scene back to back one of the days, which is like... two really
Get your head around
extreme. Yeah.
But super fun.
Yeah.
Got to talk to you about Bridgerton.
Yes,
too. Have to. Third season coming up. And it's going to be released in May and June.
May and June,
correct?
yeah. 16th of May and then the 13th of June. I hope I get that right.
And then this really revolves all around you because it's all about Colin Bridgerton finding love.
Yeah.
It must be great.
It's really exciting. It was a massive challenge. I shot Bridgerton and Big Mood at the same time for 3 weeks.
I mean, that's nuts.
So we filmed one in East London, one in West London, and my head was just gone completely. But I had the best time filming it. Luke is incredible. It's so romantic this season. They've really upped their game. I love season 1 and 2, but when we got these scripts, it was like, oh, wow, OK. Yeah, I'm very excited
So
to see it.
season 2 ups the sauciness. Season 3, which
I think we've won the sauciness.
Have the
battle.
sauciness
Really? So I think we might have.
So you've been having your fair share of steamy sex scenes in this one.
Yes.
How do you get around that? How do you navigate that?
It's really nerve-wracking, but thankfully I've known Luke for 4 years, and he's a super nice guy.
Does that make it easier, or does that make it
worse at the beginning and then better in reality? Because we could kind of have a laugh about it, and you know, it was quite liberating and quite fun to do. I wouldn't have thought that before. But an amazing intimacy coordinator, Lizzie Talbot, who was there, and she treats it like a stunt, and we had a lot of say in what we wanted to do as well. Which
Just
is great.
explain a little bit to our viewers what an intimacy coordinator does.
So they're kind of like a stunt coordinator, but for sexy scenes. So it's sort of like.
And how do you get these jobs?
How do you get these jobs? It's a really well-paid job.
Yes.
Yeah.
In many ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
But literally, so what they will do is they will coordinate where your hand's going.
Not quite. It's sort of like, what are you comfortable with? But Luke and I actually had a lot of say in what we wanted to do, and we kind of had ideas about how we wanted things to play out, which was great because we really felt like we were in control. Yeah.
I mean, and have you met Julie Andrews?
No, I haven't. I really want to.
You share
but it might be too much,
you
though.
do.
But yeah, if people don't know, if they're like, what do you do? I can just say, like, I job share with Julie Andrews. Because that is the truth, you know?
She is the voice of Lady Whistledown.
She is.
Of course. But you've not met...
We've never met.
How does it feel knowing that the two of you are connected with this incredible
It's incredible. I cried when I found out she was cast, because they told us, they said, it's someone really iconic, but she is... that word is overused, but she is truly an icon, so yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Do you think you will meet her at some
I would
stage?
love to.
I mean, you've got to.
It would be very intimidating, but I would love to, yeah.
She's amazing. You'd love her.
Yeah.
She's really
Have
lovely.
you
She really
met
is.
her?
Yeah,
Oh, my God.
She's just everything you want her to be.
Oh,
Absolutely.
that's more.
Yeah, undoubtedly. But the success of Bridgerton, you forget that first series landed while we were all in lockdown, didn't it?
Absolutely.
Which is why we all consumed it. So that you'd gone from this sort of relatively starting out with this amazing role to having this global hit.
Yeah.
But you were locked at home and you couldn't really go out and enjoy the notoriety.
It was really, really strange. It was like such an adjustment because it sort of came out and we heard all these numbers. We were like 82 million people in month 1, and you're going, I can't compute that. And then going back out into the world, becoming so much more recognisable, I was like, oh, OK, right. This is quite a big show then, yeah.
But you're also really known for your accent. So you've got kind of the very proper, very kind of like Regency London.
Yes.
And then, of course, you've got Derry Girls as well.
Yeah.
How did you practice the accent?
Well, Derry Girls was Nadine Coyle, was my point of reference, so that was easy. For Bridgerton, though, I did a lot of voiceover as a kid.
OK.
So I did a lot of cartoons and stuff, and there was no demand for Irish accents back in the day. So they were like, they needed kids that could do UK accents, American accents. So but Bridgerton was quite easy, but then in Big Mood, I didn't have to do an accent at all, which was amazing.
Yes.
I was like, OK, I got this. I don't need to prep. I don't need to... Great.
So I think it's always worth... Let's listen to Nadine Coyle, and we'd love to get your Derry Girls. I think this is where you've learnt your Derry accent.
Absolutely, yeah. Daddy, it's my passport in the car, Daddy. Yeah,
it's amazing.
I remember it so well.
And that scene, of course, she got caught having given the wrong date of birth.
It was a big
because she was
scandal.
too young to be doing Pop Stars, but she got... And that's how you basically taught yourself...
Yeah, I didn't really know many people from Derry, so she was the one I was like, oh, yeah, Nadine Coyle, like, totally can get that. So, yeah, I watched a lot of videos with her. But she was like, it's not a good impression. I'm like, oh, I'm not an impressionist. I can't really do impressions, but it was a good starting point for me.
For the accent. And we've got to talk about Barbie as well.
Yeah.
Must have been an incredible experience.
Insane. I love Greta Gerwig so much. I've loved her since Frances Ha, because everything she does is magic. I auditioned for it, and then it was filming. It was going to cut into Bridgerton filming, so it was basically like, we don't think you can do anything in this movie. And they were like, but would you like to do like a tiny bit? I was like, I obviously will do a tiny bit. Yes, that's crazy you would even ask. And it was just... incredible to be on that set with all of those people. Like, the day I went for my costume fitting, Ryan Gosling was there shirtless.
No. Was he about to do the big Ken?
He was doing on the car with the fur coat and the... Yeah.
Did you meet?
I met him at the premiere.
OK.
But I was too intimidated that day to speak to him. At the premiere, he came up, shook my hand, gave me a kiss in the cheek, went, you're great in the movie. And I thought, you don't need to do this. You're Ryan Gosling. You need to talk to me. Yeah, we were all lined up backstage. It felt like school assembly. It was really funny. Everyone was chatting and they were like, can you please stop talking? Like, Will Ferrell stand there? And I was going, what am I doing here?
Amazing.
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant.
So
and the reaction to that as well has been sort of...
I mean...
It's groundbreaking.
It's such a testament to what an incredible producer Margot is as well. She's an amazing actor, obviously, but then she's so smart. That movie wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for her. It was her production company, Lucky Chap, and they brought it to Mattel, and yeah, she's amazing.
And so Barbie 2, are you going to do Barbie 2? Would you be...
I mean, honestly, I wrote Greta an email and I was like, if you want me to come and, like, make the tea on this set or clean the floors, I will be there. Like, so, yeah, if she ever asked me to do anything, I would be there in a heartbeat, yeah.
Amazing. Nicola, it's lovely to see you.
Yes.
Big Mood is tonight.
He's coming home with me.
Yeah, Buddy's coming home with you.
Yes,
yeah.
He's a going-away present.
That's exactly what we've done.
Oh,
Lady
perfect.
Whistledown can have whatever she likes.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
It's on tonight, Channel 4, 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
I love it.
Buddy's ready to go, by the way. Yeah.
You're heading off?
Get the car.
Let's go.
Oh,
go clubbing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Joins us now this morning.
Good morning. So lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you.
We'll get on to the brilliant Ben Cat in a minute. We'll get on to the happy stuff.
I was slightly nervous about getting there, so we'll stay with this.
I want you to tell me everything.
OK.
Kate, we've lived this for the last 4 years together. Obviously, you've been a part of those documentaries, but this last documentary, by virtue of the fact it was the third one, and tragically, of course, we lost Derek just a couple of months ago, was there ever a point, and you must have been filming it for months and months, where you considered not putting it out?
Yes, there was, you know, being honest. So after he passed away, so 10th of December, as you know, we may talk about that as well, he had a cardiac arrest, which led to massive bleeding and hemorrhaging, and ultimately, on the 3rd of January, took his life. And after he passed away, obviously you're just consumed with that grief and things like the funeral and the children, his mum and dad and all those things. Lucy Wilcott's brilliant producer rang very upset because, of course, she'd become very close to Derek and said, you know, we do have this thing ready to go virtually. What do we do now? And my initial reaction was, oh, gosh, it can't end now. It's too painful. But then I thought, having talked to his family, that actually that was rather that was selfish of me, because I was thinking about my feelings about it and the reaction I might get and whether it was appropriate, but actually it was Derek who chose to make this documentary. And it was not really ever about me or Derek, although I know, you know, we're the faces on there, but it was about the system that lets caring people down, carers of all sorts down, and actually lets down the people that work within the system as well. I've had so much response from social workers, from health workers, from, you know, people who are often seen as the people making decisions that are unhelpful, saying we are so frustrated, that I thought, well, you're doing it for that. Derek wanted to do it for that. Actually, plough on.
Well, yes, because that was one of the things I took away from the documentary. As Fresh Eyes was that he wanted to be heard.
Yeah.
He very much wanted to be heard. So you were kind of put in this almost tricky place where you knew what he wanted.
Yeah.
But you are trying to work it out as a family and you're going through grief at the same time. How was it when you watched it back?
I couldn't really speak for about an hour afterwards, actually, and that was the sort of human reaction of...
That's quite unusual as well, Kat. I'll just point that out.
Everybody breathed a huge sigh of relief and took a moment to take a holiday. No, I couldn't really speak. I was overwhelmed. It was raw. Things that jumped out at me was just the unbelievably of frustration of seeing how well he was doing, how much progress he'd made. For him to have struggled so hard and fought so long, that's just a personal sadness for me. But I was also very keen that it didn't then look like a waste, because I thought about all the hundreds, actually, of specialists, doctors, nurses and carers that had given so much of their own time to try and make things better for Derek. And they do it for everybody. You know, it's just that my experiences with Derek... I wouldn't like them to think that that effort was a waste, because those 4 years had purpose, were precious, and we can't be in a society where, unless you're fully functioning, contributing in a way that we'd all like, you know, working, paying taxes, all that, where it's pointless, and it's not pointless. You know, life is life.
He had come such a long way as well, those 4 years. If you think about what you were all able to celebrate in those 4 years, thanks to those specialists who did everything they could to sort of give him the best standard of living, not least you getting your MBE and him being there that day.
Amazing.
Never thought it was possible, even actually 2 days before he was in hospital, but he was there, determined to be there, and how wonderful that he could be, you know, and that's a gift that we have.
There's something special as well, Kate, in the documentary, that people got a real sense of the connection between the two of you and how much love there was. I think you're really honest about the shift in how he could display his affection for you and also your role within that relationship. And that's something that resonates with a lot of the people that have been getting in touch with us with regards to caring for their partner.
Yeah, I think whether it's a partner, a parent, a child, a brother, a sibling, you know, big physical and, in Derek's case, brain changes the dynamic. And I certainly was very conscious for him. He felt disempowered in so many ways, physically, communication-wise, everything. He desperately wanted to, he would say often, I'm sorry I've let you down as a dad to the children, which, you know, broke their hearts. They would say, no, you're our hero. And he didn't let them down, of course he didn't, but he felt like he did. And I'm sort of very aware that the things you do that you don't even notice in a relationship, like the little things you do when you know somebody so well, he physically could no longer do. So he didn't, you know, I wondered if he knew how to be, and we were in the process of working that out over the 4 years, and I feel we had got there. I feel we got to somewhere. And unfortunately, you know, the path ended.
Their wedding was one of the most unique experiences of my life.
Was it? Why?
It was an extraordinary occasion. Really, really incredibly loving and energetic and fun. And
great speeches, I'm imagining. Great
trust
speeches.
Me, the speeches were the highlights. Certainly for me, Kate, and me.
Derek's was much better than others.
Yeah. But if ever you wanted to get a sense of what it was about Kate that Derek found so special, I thought there was an amazing moment in the documentary. We're just going to play this little clip,
this is brilliant,
which just sums him up and your relationship up so perfectly.
OK.
When did you meet Kate?
Met in Claridge's bar. It was a blind date.
Can you remember what you first thought of her?
Yes.
What did you first think of her?
I thought she was fit.
What else did you think about Kate?
Caring. Lovely.
Did you know you wanted to marry her?
Yes.
And then I love how the interviewer asks you the question and she says, did I talk too much? She said,
If we asked Derek what you thought when you first met her, I was like, oh, God. What's coming now? Yeah, talks too much, I went for. But, yeah, that was pure Derek. There was a real bit of Chorley. Fit.
Proper joy.
I love it.
No.
Not classy, obviously, but fit.
But that's why...
that was so great!
That's why it's so good, because it's his very essence that's
was
there.
absolutely there.
Yeah.
Absolutely there all the way through.
But it must have been so exhausting. We've talked about how the relationship changed, and I know there was a point where you cared for Derek solo for 10 days,
Yeah,
24
there were
hours.
chunks of time, and I honestly felt like I was going slightly crazy. You're so sleep deprived.
Yes.
You're so stressed. There's so much responsibility, and of course you're also thinking about the children and what kind of mother you're being in that period. And I don't know how you can do that for very long. And one of the messages I got yesterday is that the person that she'd cared for, her husband, sadly passed away, and she said she realised she did it for 2 years, sadly didn't have longer, but found that afterwards she just felt she was so angry because I'm frustrated, and felt like I did, which is there's so much time spent arguing for things and ranting about things and making appeals which take so long, when you're asking for time for doctors to represent their evidence, and of course they're busy and they've moved on, and then you come down to it and you think, I can't convey this, and if you can't see this, and then, of course, you feel very guilty for asking for it, but when it's life and death, when you know if you don't ask for it, you have to, and you don't like the person you've become because you feel like you're rowing with good people.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I totally do. And
sorry, that sounds very confused, but you just think, I don't want to be this person. I want to be this person who says, thank you so much. But you're doing it on behalf of the carers who go, we need you to speak for us.
And actually, that was one of the things for me for the documentary. You were so honest about that. You were kind of drowning beneath this paperwork and trying to juggle everything at the same time.
Not just the paperwork, though. Now, obviously, I was aware of this as we were going along.
And you were helpful.
But it's the debt as well, Kate. You have been sunk into hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of debt in a desperate attempt to offer the care you could for Derek, and you are in a privileged position compared to all of those carers. There were some amazing carers in the documentary.
Absolutely.
And I wonder how you balance those two things up now. You know, the fight to get all that care for Derek. Sadly, Derek's now gone, but you are left with this legacy of debt, which you are still going to have to pay.
Yeah, and I will pay it. I will pay it, absolutely. And I don't regret it. I don't begrudge it. And, you know, it was the right thing to do. Of course. It was the right thing to do.
You have no choice.
No, you have no choice, you know, and... but I think that, you know, it is... You know, people... I was lucky because I had a job where people understood and gave me time to rush off to hospital a moment's notice, or be around, or go to the appointments, or be there to care. You know, there were times... There was one time when they cancelled the care, which turned out to be a mistake, one evening, just before I came onto GMB. You were on the next day with me, and I had to ring poor Neil Thompson, the editor, and say, I can't come in because I don't think anyone's going to turn up. And all they said at the time was, we'll call an ambulance and take him to hospital and leave him there. I mean, GMB didn't say that, let me be very clear. They said, do what you need. But that was the unofficial, official advice. They said, this is all we can tell you to do. Now, in the end, the carer did turn up, even though they didn't know they were going to get paid.
Oh, wow.
Because they came, because they turned up. And that's the people that you're dealing with. You know, they're travelling a long way, they don't always live near you. They came. And for those that are professional carers that are doing it on their own, you know, it's a massive thing. And I don't even think it's political, really. I think it's all of us. We just got to realise that we have to make this a priority because...
As a society.
As a society, we have to, because we're all going to get sick, we're all going to be vulnerable, we're all going to need it, or be the person doing the caring, probably both in a lifetime. And so we have to find a way of making it important enough to us, apart from when you're in it.
Yes.
And then it's all you think about, you know.
An amazing thing happened last night watching the documentary, because I was following on social media and the reaction from people suddenly understanding your motivation and Derek's motivation for wanting to make this documentary. There had been quite a lot of criticism, though, that people angled towards you in terms of sharing this story and how you've shared the story. I wonder how you've processed that, Kate.
Well, I think people are probably a bit bored of me, frankly. I think they're a bit bored of me banging on about the same thing, it seems to them. And I understand that, really, and I don't think I would have made a third one because, you know, if it hadn't been that Derek wanted to. But I'm glad I did, because what I've now realised is that people say, oh, just because you're on the telly you're talking about this. Yeah, actually, because those other people can't.
Yes.
They don't have a place to talk about it. Yeah, and they're saying to me, please don't give up, because I can't tell anyone other than myself in the mirror or my long-suffering friends who also can't do anything. So I sort of have to, and I'm sorry about that. And I hope that if people do watch it, I know you can watch it on ITVX, then maybe they will see that it's coming from a different place. It probably just looks like, oh, for goodness sake, Kate, stop going on about your own problems. There's enough problems in the world. I'm really not meaning to go on about my problems. I'm trying to go on about everybody else's problems.
From my experience of working with you, this is the one problem I'm very happy with you to go on about as often as possible.
The hair,
however.
a bit annoying, but this you're happy about.
But this is some of the reaction we've had. Michelle, I'm a carer. We are welcomed into families that we look after. We get so attached to them and love them. My heart went out to Kate and to the children, and of course to Jake. You're amazing.
Jake
carer.
is grieving himself. Yes, you know.
Yes. And what an exceptional young man he is, by the way.
Hugely extraordinary, life-saving. Carers are life-saving. They are. He's one of them.
Fiona, such a beautiful and powerful watch. You can clearly see the love and bond. I'm a care assistant, have been for 30 years. I love my job. As much as it's underpaid, challenging and hard work, I wouldn't do anything else. And this is Kate and Derek. How wonderful. So well done for giving Derek, the patients, the carers, paid and unpaid, a voice. We've been shouting for years. Let's hope the government, councils, MPs are listening. That's from Michelle. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I hope so. I hope we all, I hope we all do something, because we are all going to want change, aren't we? There's a lot of pressure on money at the moment. Everybody's counting the pennies. But when you're at that moment, on your own, in the middle of the night, either the person who needs care or the person that's praying a care will arrive, you suddenly sort of don't worry about anything else, you know?
Thank you.
Thank you, Kate, for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
And brave and brilliant.
It's brilliant watching you two.
Oh, well, thank you.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, we're loving it, aren't we?
We are.
We are. I say the real we.
He said to me, I've so traded up. And I said, yeah, you so have.
I thought you were going to say, I've trained her up. I've trained her up.
Oh, no, we're getting there with that. Don't worry. I've traded up. Now the training begins.
Thank you, Kate.
We'll have to get you back at some point. You can fill her in on all our deepest, darkest secrets.
I can't wait.
The ones that we can't talk about
Preferably
now.
otherwise.
Well done, Kate.
All
I'm
right,
very proud of you and the family. Love to Bill and Darcy as well.
Of course.
She's here with us now.
Gosh, I haven't seen.
On.
I know I can't see anybody at the moment. I haven't seen any of that, so that's quite interesting. Anyway, carry on.
You've not watched anything back then?
No, I'm not going to. Not for a long time, even if then. Really.
Why is that?
Well, I don't want to embarrass myself and sit on the sofa feeling ghastly on my own, and I don't want to delve deep into anything that. Well, I just don't want to.
You didn't embarrass yourself.
No.
You were absolutely sensational. Honestly, when I heard you were going in, my jaw dropped.
Why?
Well, now, we've worked together in the past.
We have.
Fern, many occasions. And I can remember we hosted a show up in Manchester called Soapstar Superstar. And we were in the hotel. This is the two of us. Look at us there, crikey. That was a long time ago.
Look at the baby face.
It's nearly 20 years ago. But after each show, we went back to the hotel, went back to your hotel room with Lynn and with David, who's here, stood as a wardrobe, and we watched Celebrity Big Brother. It was your absolute favourite. Do you remember? I think it was Leah Barrymore might have been.
Yes.
and you were gripped, and then I was thinking, gosh, now you're going in there.
Yes.
You're going to be the person.
Yes.
What? Why?
Why? I know. Well, after 20 years, isn't that amazing?
Yes.
And I surprised myself by saying yes. The invitation came, and I thought, well, that's not an immediate no. Isn't that odd?
Yes.
And so I said yes. And then obviously everyone asked, why are you doing it? And I thought, well, I could do with an adventure. I haven't had an adventure for a little while.
Yeah.
And you know how sometimes you just need to challenge yourself. And I quite like feeling uncomfortable sometimes. And I thought, well, I'll give it a go.
Yeah, I always think it's good to do something that scares you, just a little bit, every once in a while, so you still feel human. Was it what? Because obviously you would envisage what it was going to be like when you walked through the door. You try and imagine. Was it how you imagined, or how was it different?
Yeah, that's a difficult one to answer, because by then, before you go in, you are kept for about 36 hours. It feels like days on end.
Yeah.
In a hotel room with a chaperone, making sure no phone, no watch, no television in the hotel room, no radio, no nothing.
Oh, that's
you're done.
weird.
No book.
What do you do?
Exactly.
Oh.
So I did sneak out of the door now and again and just walk the corridors.
Yeah.
But you're chaperoned, and the chaperone is lovely, and she's there to chat to you and bring you food and drink and all that. So I was already spaced out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's already the game has started in all our heads.
Yeah.
By getting us confused. And then all of a sudden, you're in your dress and in your makeup in the hotel, into a lovely car, to the studio. You wait a bit while everyone else is going in, and then you go in, and it's like, there's lovely AJ and Will, and you're walking up a ramp in the rain, and I'm thinking I'm walking up the inside of my dress because my dress is too long. I mean, and then you're in, and like, oh, hi. Literally extraordinary.
Oh.
And then that first night, they keep you up till about 3 o'clock in the morning because they want you to unpack and get you ready.
And to sleep deprive you a little bit as well, probably.
Absolutely. There were many times when I sat in the diary room and said to Big Brother, look, can this pensioner please go to bed early? And he'd say, well, can you manage a bit longer?
Well, that was what Louis said to us, actually. When Louis was on the sofa, he said he hated the night time. He hated being in a bedroom with everybody, and he just couldn't sleep. And he'd have panic attacks.
Yes, locked into a big room with 12 other people, and no windows, no daylight, nothing. Except a sort of low light in the bedroom all the time. And under the beds, they're all lit under the beds. They all look like, you know, those cars that go... all with all the lights on. So it was weird, really. Very weird. And then after, I think I did 19 nights. I think that's what we did. And the last few I found really hard, and was just willing myself sleep, and those hours will be done. Then you wake up and you're still locked in. And then suddenly the lights go on, and they might play music or, you know, all sorts of noises.
It's a sensory overload in so many ways, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You know?
And it makes everything, emotions, everything very heightened.
Because the tears, I can remember watching you in tears.
I'm so sorry.
My heart was breaking
for
you.
It's pathetic, and I'm so sorry. But you know when you are slightly, you don't know what's going on anyway, and then someone's nice to you.
Yes.
Big Brother only had to say, how are you, Fern? I'm fine. I'm so sorry. I'm absolutely fine. I don't know why. And I think a lot of us wept. A lot of us did.
Yeah.
It was literally just an alien environment. A lot of it was good fun. A lot of it I was fascinating to be a part of. And then there were bits that were so confusing and painful. I mean, when poor old Bradley was evicted,
one of them.
I mean, that was a shock for all of us. We were absolutely in trauma.
It felt like you were struggling, though, with the nominations. You were struggling with some of the challenges when you had to put the snake in Louis' bed.
Oh, that was a horrible
You know, you traumatised yourself over that.
Yeah,
and it's just a game.
I know, and I was the first one thinking in my head all the time, it's just a game, it's just a television programme, this is entertainment, we're all here just to do the experiment. Mm-hmm. And then I did the snake, and I was thinking very quickly, because, of course, I was always up for eviction. And I thought, well, whoever came across that in the diary room, they didn't call me, it was just that if somebody come to the diary room and it was me. And there it was. And they told me, and I thought, well, it's going to be me or Louis, whoever was in here would pick. So I just was ruthless and said Louis, and was shocked that I did it. And then I wasn't allowed to tell the house, although obviously everybody had worked out that it was me.
Right.
And I was really, really upset. I didn't sleep well that night. And in the end, I went to Big Brother and he said, OK, you're allowed to tell them. So at least they could hate me, but at least I could admit, you know. And, of course, what does Louis say? Make me a cup of tea. And so I made him lots of cups of tea and took them to him in bed. I bet he didn't tell you that.
He didn't. He didn't, because Sharon said to you when she left, look after him.
Yes.
How was it having Sharon in there?
She is an incredible woman. She really is. Yeah. I loved her anyway, but within the house, everybody just thought she was the bee's knees. I mean, she's fabulous. Tells it as it is, doesn't suffer fools, but is also very, very, what's the word, good, kind, caring, thoughtful.
And quite self-deprecating as well,
Oh,
actually.
totally.
Very kind of...
Totally.
Yeah.
And she's been to there and back and back again. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. How is Nikita in the house?
Nikita is charming, absolutely handsome, gorgeous. Yeah. Something happened there. We didn't get each other.
Yes.
And I accidentally said, I don't even quite know what I said, but he thought it was something to get at him. It really wasn't.
No.
Is that part of being in that sort of zone, that position? Yeah. And the smallest thing can suddenly feel like a really huge, enormous thing. You'll watch it back, then. Honestly, you'll watch it back and you'll go, I can't believe everyone was making such a fuss about that. Just at that time for you, it felt so important.
Yeah, it was a difficult one. I was just trying to explain that, because I think he'd already put me up for nomination and said, and he'd told me that it was because I went to bed early. I'd like to have done, I didn't. That I wouldn't do his gym sessions.
Yes. Right.
But, you know, I've had this shoulder replaced, so I couldn't do all those weights. So it wasn't that I didn't play his games. Yes, I did. And when he came out, he said, I'm sorry. And I said, that's cool, but I do all those things, don't I? And he said, yes, you do. So he had to think of something...
Yes. You just tried
to nominate, and that's absolutely fine. And then the awful game. We're running around with drawing pins. I mean, having to defend our big balls. I mean, it was crazy.
Back to Alan
and then,
again,
yeah, well, why not? Yeah, let's think about Alan Titchmarsh for a minute. And then there was the crash and the banging of the head.
Yeah.
And
it hurt too, didn't it?
It really did hurt.
Yeah.
And you know how you go, I'm fine, I'm absolutely fine.
Yes, of course you do.
Yes, I'm absolutely fine, I'm absolutely fine. And Nikita got me into the diary room and we sat and the medic came out and said, well, it's blunt force trauma, Fern, so you will feel a bit funny. And then I must just tell you, you're looking like you're wrapping up, so I'll just tell you very quickly.
You know those eyes.
I do. The medic also said, because I had to go and have a shower and get ready because it was eviction night, and he said, just have someone in the bathroom while you're in the shower in case you... And who accompanied me? David. David sat on the sofa while I was in the shower going, you're right, Fernie. He is the most adorable man. I'm hopeless in love with him. Him and Bradley, Zizi and Marisha, just fantastic people.
Fabulous.
Expect an invite to Cornwall by the sounds of it.
Yes, do you want to come?
Would love to. I'll be down there soon.
there.
You know you will. And you've got a new book coming out as well in October.
Yes,
this is what,
a non-fiction.
Non-fiction.
This is a non-fiction that's coming, and that's in October. And the next fiction one, which is number 11, is coming next spring.
Is that about a group of people living in a house and being forced to do things?
Yes. I thought it hasn't been done before. No, it's not. It's about a woman in a house, but that's it. It's not that, yeah.
Can we just quickly, I know we're really out of time, can we quickly show a bit of you, Leigh? The first time I hosted this show was with Fern.
Let's have a look.
Oh, man, alive! Oh, how gorgeous are we?
Look how 2005, Fern, nearly 20 years ago. Yeah. This was such an amazing moment because obviously I've been a huge fan and to get to host the show, I just look at how little you are.
I adore you. Anyway, 15 years ago since I left the programme.
Was it 15?
15 years ago.
Is it lovely being back?
It's lovely to be back and well done, you two.
Thank you very much.
Very good.
It was lovely of you to mention us in the house.
Yes, it was.
So
several times, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And it's great to have you. We loved it. You were brilliant. You've got nothing to be embarrassed about.
Absolutely
as well,
not. Sit and have a glass of bubbly and watch it.
Oh, no.
Like we did all those years ago.
Exactly.
Maybe
and some cheese.
Oh, yeah, plenty
there was
of
a lot of cheese.
Yes.
Thanks, Beth.